Hey guys, so today we're taking a look at information about the new 2020 Chrysler Voyager, a name that Chrysler is bringing back after some time. In this video, we're going to look at the history of the Voyager name in both North America and overseas, then we'll look at the 2020 Voyager specs, then finally I'll talk a bit about the future of the FCA minivans like the Pacifica and Grand Caravan. The minivan segment was kicked off some 35 years ago by the Dodge Caravan and the Plymouth Voyager, and there was also a Chrysler Voyager sold overseas in European markets. There were 4 generations of the Voyager from 1984 to 2003, but it did live on as a Lancia Voyager until recently. Chrysler has sold over 14.6 million minivans across the world since 1983, so they did really well for themselves by introducing the Dodge Caravan and Plymouth Voyager for the 1984 model years, and those cars pretty much created the minivan segment in the automobile industry. So let's start back in 1984, where the Plymouth Voyager was sold alongside the Dodge Caravan. There were 3 generations, so the first was from 1984 to 1990, and the Voyager was pretty boxy in this era and came with a front-wheel drive layout. The Voyager was offered in a base model, SE, and a high-end LE, and they also had an LX model added for 1989. 1987 also saw the addition of a Grand Voyager in SE or LE trim. 5-passenger seating was standard with 2 front bucket seats and 3 passenger bench seats, but could be equipped with 6, 7, or even 8-passenger seating in different years. Seats were made of cloth, luxury cloth, vinyl, and luxury vinyl. Over the first gen, there were 7 different engine offerings that you'll see on screen, and the most powerful would have been the 3.3-liter V6 in the 1990 models. Transmissions included a 3 or 4-speed auto and a 5-speed manual. And some fun facts about the first gen: this car was on Car and Driver magazine's top 10 best list for 1985. The Voyager was one of the first mass-produced vehicles to have built-in cup holders, and different commercials for the Voyager featured magician Doug Henning, rock singer Tina Turner, and pop singer Celine Dion. The second gen was from 1991 to 1995, where the Voyager was available in base, SE, LE, and LX models again. The LX version was a sport luxury model, coming with alloy wheels, fog lights, optional luxury seats, and other power features that were more high-end for this time. The Voyager was very similar to the Dodge Caravan and the Chrysler Town & Country. More packages were available, such as Sport Wagon that added accents to the bumpers and molding and special wheels, Rally that added 2-tone paint and silver wheels, and Quad Command, which changed up the seating arrangement to a 223 format like we see in today's minivans. This time around there were 5 engines, with the 3.8-liter V6 giving the most power output with 162 horsepower and 194 pound-feet of torque. And in 1991, this minivan was the first minivan to have a driver's side airbag, and it was the first with front dual airbags in 1993. The third gen was 1996 to 2000, where the Voyager got completely redesigned using the Chrysler NS platform, and it was the first minivan with a driver's side sliding door. Chrysler changed their corporate strategy and made Plymouth more entry-level, so the Voyager was only available in the base SE and LE. The LX was cancelled, and the more premium minivans were left for the Chrysler Town & Country. These Voyagers featured a new system of rear seats called Easy Out roller seats, where seats were lifted by rollers and could be rolled up and down for more user flexibility, and the seats could also fold forward. This time around, 6 engines were available, with the 1998 to 1999 3.8-liter V6 pumping out 180 horsepower and 240 pound-feet of torque. This version of the Voyager was also on Car and Driver magazine's 10 best list again for 1996 and 1997. When the Plymouth division closed in 2000, Chrysler ended up offering a 4th gen of this minivan from 2001 to 2003 and a short wheelbase version, and it was rebadged as a Chrysler Voyager before getting discontinued in 2003 and offered as a Town & Country instead. Not all the sales figures were released, but we do know that they ended up reaching over 615,000 sales, including the Chrysler Voyager from 2001 to 2003 and the Plymouth Voyager from 1996 to 2001. Chrysler also sold the Voyager and Grand Voyager overseas in Europe, Asia, and Oceania, which was basically a rebadged version of the Dodge Caravan and Plymouth Voyager that were sold in North America. These were sold from 1988 all the way up until 2011. The European Chrysler Voyager had different headlights, taillights, grille, diesel engines, and a manual transmission. And in 2011, the Voyager was sold by Lancia, and this version was sold all over the place, including the UK, Ireland, Russia, Australia, New Zealand, South Korea, Singapore, and China from 2011 to 2016, but after that, the Voyager nameplate was discontinued everywhere. Overall, the Voyager was super successful, selling 12 million in total worldwide from 1984 to 2016, putting it as the 13th best sold vehicle worldwide. So now the Voyager nameplate is returning for the 2020 model year, but unfortunately it's nothing that we really haven't seen before. The Voyager will be Chrysler's new entry-level minivan, replacing the base trims of the Pacifica, the L and the LX versions. And there's also an LXI model for fleets and rental cars only. The Voyager will be mechanically identical to the Pacifica, but the Voyager badge physically replaces the Pacifica one. The Voyager will be a standalone model, marketed towards families that are concerned about their budget, while the Pacifica lives on as a more premium minivan. So to avoid any confusion, Chrysler took the lower trim levels of the Pacifica and decided those would now be a Voyager, while the higher trim levels of the Pacifica are still the Pacifica. So the Pacifica will be available in Touring Plus, Touring L, Touring L Plus, Limited, and the hybrid versions. And the Voyager won't get a hybrid version since it's more entry level. Unlike the Pacifica, the Voyager will get more parts blacked out, like the door handles and grille, while the Pacifica gets more chrome there. And the Voyager will also have a slightly different front fascia, but no drastic changes. The Voyager will start around $26,985 for the L, which was cheaper than the 2019 Pacifica by almost $2,000. And the base Voyager L will come with some very standard features, like cloth seats and second row bench seats. The LX will bump that price close to $30,000 and add second row captain's chairs, a power driving seat, steering wheel controls, and Sirius XM satellite radio. Both the L and LX come standard with 7 passenger seating, a rotary gear shifter, a 3.5-inch instrument cluster display, a 7-inch Uconnect touchscreen with Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, 6 speakers, and active noise cancellation. LXI trim, as I discussed, is only for rental cars, and that comes with Ultratech leatherette seats, second row stow and go seats, a roof rack, remote start, and security alarm. And all cars will also have foldable third row bench seats with extra storage underneath the floor. There are several options available with different packages. The Safety Tech group will add Park Sense rear park assist with stop, blind spot monitoring, and rear cross path detection. There's also a cold weather group package, roof rack system, and a DVD entertainment system that you can add, but that's pretty much the extent of the features. So if you do want anything more, you'll have to move up to the Pacifica. On the outside there are 6 paint colors: billet, brilliant black, bright white, granite crystal, jazz blue, and velvet red. And inside you can choose from black or toffee cloth, while the LXI version gets alloy leatherette. Performance will be the same on any of the Voyagers, with the 3.6-liter Pentastar V6 with 287 horsepower and 262 pound-feet of torque, and a 9-speed automatic transmission. The vans are front-wheel drive, and gas mileage is roughly 19 mpg city and 28 mpg highway. And all models will get 17-inch wheels, but the L gets steel wheels while the LX and LXI get alloy wheels. And all models come with 235/65/17 tires. The Voyager will be available in the fall of 2019, but right now only in the US, even though the car is built in Windsor, Ontario, but Canada's not getting one for now. So this could be the beginning of the end of the Dodge Grand Caravan, which has been around forever and could be getting phased out in the future, and the Voyager could possibly be its replacement. That won't happen for at least a few years though, as FCA says the Grand Caravan lives on at least through 2020. The Grand Caravan still outsells the Chrysler Pacifica, mainly due to the price, as the average new Grand Caravan costs $24,972, while the average new Pacifica costs almost $13,000 more at $38,540. The Voyager, with the lower price tag, could move some Grand Caravan buyers over to the Voyager, and maybe FCA might slowly phase out the Grand Caravan, especially if Dodge wants to focus more on performance. And that's exactly what Chrysler did around 23 years ago, when they marketed the Plymouth Voyager as more entry-level, and then the Chrysler Town & Country models took over the higher-end models, and eventually Chrysler cancelled that Voyager and stuck with the Town & Country for many years after. I must say that it's disappointing that Chrysler didn't do anything more unique or special with the Voyager name. And I'm not sure that taking an existing model and renaming it is all that great of a strategy. However, this does open an avenue for Chrysler to do something with the name going forward, like some sort of redesign or better model in the future. Well, that's the end of this video, guys. Make sure to like and subscribe for everything Mopar, and I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.